yo, how you doing, guys? It's 3/5 and them boys. So you know what that means? We're here. It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
I'm then the wrestling fan that didn't watch wrestling.
And I'm Big Toad in the zone. Ooh.
Okay, guys, we're in the zone because it's the war zone. Because look, one of the things that I toyed with, and if you watch one of our other reviews, there was a talk of, look, now that Raw is on Netflix, it's time to start the reviews because everybody's got Netflix. We didn't all have Sky, and I don't have time to be clicking watch wrestling left, right, and center. With the highest respect to them, I shouldn't even promote them because that's going to get them shut down. But you know what I'm talking about. There are channels out there that supply wrestling for you, right? The network is gone, RIP, dearly missed, and I do believe a lot of the content will come out. But this was the show to kick it off, and I went in with the intention of this. I'm up. I'm going to watch it. If I fall asleep, I don't care because guess what? I can resume on Netflix straight away. And this is what I preferred about Netflix to WWE Network, because with Network, you had this whole 30-day rolling contract thing. It has to go onto the TVs. Then after 30 days, I had no time to be playing backlog. So I thought this is a good time for me to get back in love with the wrestling product that brought me into wrestling itself. Look, it wasn't a bad show, but to me, it wasn't a great show. How do you want to do this, Tone? Do you want us to play it where we go back and forth, or do you want me to just lay it out and then you can like counter?
Can I jump in quickly?
Go for it.
Go.
I'm going to be on it very short. I'm here to just hear, should I watch it tonight? I've got Netflix. Should I put it on or should I just leave it? Remember, my catchphrase is "Don't detect the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling." One of them is going to give me a reason to watch it, and one might give me a reason not to watch it. Not that they're deliberately doing that, but that's how it might end up. Be real. At 1 o'clock, I was like, "Oh yeah, Netflix." Clicked over and I was like, "I got work at 9. I'm going to get up at 7. I can't physically do that anymore." So I deliberately switched it off. I went, "I'll watch it tomorrow." This is tomorrow, and still haven't viewed it yet. So please, guys, let me know. Should I or shouldn't I?
As for how we're gonna do this, the format, we'll just run down the show. We'll each give our opinion on the segments. How I actually feel about it. Well, I tell you one thing that was interesting: seeing Raw live in HD for the first time in a long time. It was very interesting. Was this show a show to further storylines and everything? To a degree, yes, and to a degree, no. Yeah, it was very promo intensive, and maybe like the start of where they're going to be using a lot of what happened here on vignettes throughout the year, especially when it comes to a couple of people. Did it get on my nerves in some places? Yes, because I felt it dragged and I was missing that fast forward button. But did I overall enjoy the show? Yes, I did. But
So here's the thing, guys, and I'm gonna just go and make this kind of spoiler territory now, and I know it won't bug Den when I say this. This was very much a house show, and I say it was a house show because all the faces came out on top. It had some big moments in it. Don't get me wrong. Again, this very spoiler heavy, guys. Like, I'm not going to apologize for it again once I've said it. But we're talking Roman Reigns getting back the Ula Fala, Rhea Ripley becoming women's champion. For the fact that we know that CM Punk is the face, the fact that we know that Jay is the face. There wasn't anything in the storyline angle that made it seem like one man had a twist and a turn. It was very much face. It was very much for. Do you know what this was? This is like when you watch World of Sport for the first time when it came back. But even then, you had a heel get on top. This was very much, hi, we're on Netflix. You may not be familiar with us, and that's why we're getting all the different stats to make it seem as believable as possible. We've got The Rock cutting promos. There was this weird bit that I've realized that I think I think everyone has got Raw on Netflix, but we've got the part where I think in America you will still get adverts. So we cut to a break, but it comes back. But then you don't know when they say welcome back to those who aren't on a break. So I think that's got to be really irritating for people on the US side of things. The audio, there was teething problems. There was sure as hell teething problems in terms of audio cutting out. At first, I thought it was swearing or something going on. No, we heard Rock say bitch, but then there's a middle of something else and it cuts out. Then Michael Cole's talking and it cuts out 3 times. WWE to me is very polished, extremely polished in their production. I'm seeing people walking through Gorilla, that entrance part a few times, and I'm like, that would never happen normally. You know, it was a big moment for them. I'm happy I watched it. I don't hate the matches that I saw, but from what I can watch on a week-to-week basis online and feel like here's a storyline developing, this was very much a showcase show. So, a man who's not watched Raw, the last time I watched Raw was in lockdown, and the time before I watched it before that, honestly, we're talking over 10 years ago. It was nice to watch WWE again. It was very nice to watch a WWE Raw again. It just wasn't the show. And I've seen someone put in that. It wasn't the show for wrestling fans. Like, if you're in it, this was very much a showcase show.
Well, you see, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with the whole statement about it was just a house show and everything. I don't think, I think it was more than that because, again, what this was sort of like a beta PLE, yeah, because this was the payoff for a lot of big matches and big storylines that have been going on for a long time. Yeah, the Roman Reigns thing and the Umaga thing, again, that's the payoff to that big storyline. That would normally happen on the pay-per-view happened on this first episode of Raw. Rhea Ripley had one of the biggest moments of her career. She beat Liv Morgan, become the world champion. That's gonna start a whole new field of storylines because I don't really see Liv getting it back before Mania. I think they want Rhea in that main event spot, and whoever she's gonna take on, that will stem from this night. The one I will think that really didn't necessarily need to happen here was Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre because again, like you said, to spice up a bit more, they could have had, Drew go over. But I understand why they did that for Jey because again, they're trying to present new stars, and Jey has the most vibrant entrance at the moment. Yeah, it gets the crowd hyped, and it's the most crowd interaction you really get throughout the night when Jey comes out. Plus, he come out with Travis Scott, so they didn't want him to lose, so that's why he won. And then, of course, the main event. I thought the main event was quite excellent. I heard some people say that it dragged a bit or whatnot, but I feel this at one time was going to be a WrestleMania main event. And we got on the first episode of Netflix of Raw. So, of course, they had to tell the story, man. And we got a straight finish. So, yeah, I enjoyed the show. And there's parts of the show that did annoy me. Even Jey Uso's entrance, man, that could have been a few minutes shorter. They just really milked it. And it's oh, come on, man. All right, we get it. Forward. Even some of Cena stuff, again, could have been cut down a bit. And to be honest, you can erase that red and yellow part completely. And yeah.
I think red and yellow wants to be erased because that was not what he expected.
So remember, there's a fan that didn't watch it. So red and yellow.
Hogan.
Oh yeah, I seen that on Instagram, on Reddit. I mean, ooh, the booze.
yeah. That was
the booze on the actual on the network.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Look, man. I don't know. They tried to mask it, whatever. I know. In the post show, they did mask it, but there was no holding back live, man. We heard that straight away, and I was laughing. I was just thinking.
So that might be a Hogan last time coming out.
Yeah, well, for a while, and maybe they will actually read the room with the political alignment of the states a bit better. Yeah, because I'm not saying that's the sole reason why people were booing Hogan, but I'm saying, obviously that didn't help.
The problem is, we need to acknowledge that Stephanie and Hunter have been at a Trump rally. Okay, they're not talking as much.
Taker.
It's not the Trump thing.
Got one of the biggest pops of the night. Yeah,
it's not the Trump thing.
Trump support.
That's what I'm saying. He wants to say it's political. It's not political.
It's the thing he said about his daughter.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's that. But what it is, I think about Hogan these days is that all of these things meld together to create a sort of a persona where people just think, that's who you are. It's not just one or two things; it's all of them together. Yeah, and this is why he's getting moved.
He's living long enough to no longer be the hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that thing? You either die the hero or live.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's more of a thing where not to see yourself become the villain, to actually do villainous shit, and now people hate you.
You don't say villainous things, but Hogan is Hogan, and people just now realizing what the wrestling industry is really like, people holding people down and stuff like that, and they're finding out all the stories about him holding people down, and the fact that he is I can't say the word. He's a liar, and he can't stop lying, and he keeps doing it, and people keeps calling him out, and every time he lies. So they keep calling him out, and then it's like he lives in his own world. He doesn't realize it. It's not really him. WWE living in their own world. They don't believe it's really happening. Oh, they're gonna love Hogan. And you think if you see less of him when he actually does come up, people will pop cheer for him. It's been a while since he's been on TV, right? On WWE TV.
I think he was in 2024 sometimes, but to be honest,
That's a long. That's quite a while. And then the boos, literally, because I'm going from the fan that watched a lot of stuff from the on the social media side of stuff. So I've seen clips on the social media. I see the bike taker coming out of Rhea and stuff like that. So I saw that. I saw the main thing I'm seeing is different angles of the booing. That's the main thing I'm seeing more than everything else. It's crazy. I even see the clips in the Punk, John Cena going Rumble and all them stuff. I seen those little clips, but those are like when they're skipping through, you got like a 10-second clip. Say 30 seconds. The Hogan thing went on for like 5 minutes. And I mean, people are uploading full footage. You can get sued.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just end this by saying, like, I feel that maybe I'm not sure who made the decision to make it come out there. If it was Hunter, maybe you should have read the room just a little bit better. But anyway, that's enough red and yellow talk, man. I don't want to derail this whole thing.
Look, I think one of the
Let's
things
go,
we've got to acknowledge.
Change
one of the things we got to acknowledge why that choice was made is, short of Stone Cold Steve Austin, they brought out all the hitters. Okay, Brett wasn't there, Shawn didn't come out either. But we're talking the biggest names was there. The Rock was there, Cena was there, Taker was there. You had to bring him in because you're hitting every casual from every angle. That's why he was there. Plus, they've got this new thing with Real American Beer. I don't know what part of California we're in, but I don't, demographically, I don't know.
They're in Cali.
Yeah, they're in Cali.
Oh, they're dumb. Yes, Big Tom is correct. It's not about it. It's literally but
Yeah. Look, we all know who Hogan is. Yeah, all you needed to do was show his face on the Saturday Night Live vignette. Yeah, which that got booed, by the way. But like that's the level of interaction that would have been suitable for him. Because again, I'm love him or hate him in it. Yeah, I'm somewhere between when it comes to Hogan. If I'm honest, in it, yeah, he's still the father of traditional wrestling. No matter what you think about him, but it is a thing where he kind of does need to do that at distance. He shouldn't have been that well. That could have been nice for Hogan as well. That was embarrassing for him. Yeah. So again, just think a little bit clearer, everyone. Realize this ain't the 80s, this ain't the 90s, ain't even the 2000s, man. People feel a different way about Hogan now.
In Terry's head, he's probably like, it's because I wore a black and white t-shirt, brother. If it was red and yellow, they would have been cheering me. They're still thinking I'm NWO.
If you really wanted to be smart, you could have played up to that and have it come out in black and white as Hollywood Hulk Hogan, yeah. Then that would have been great.
That should have been what he should have done.
Isn't it?
But no, look.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Overall, here's what bugs me, right? When you talk about the fast forward and what have you, for WWE, who are a production machine, it felt a bit unpolished in areas. I mentioned certain bits. They're talking about stars, the camera's moving. They mentioned Wale. They went to 4 different superstars, then get back to Wale. Stuff like that doesn't normally happen under their guidance, but it is what it is. They need to work with the team. These are just little bits I felt that was a takeaway. Now, here's the thing, especially within us three. As a man who's become so indie baited right now, UK wrestling based, for what I've had to go through for a 3-hour show, like it was 1 o'clock till after 4? maybe till 4.
Or
I think it was
something
after
like that.
4. Let's say 3.5 hours, maybe
Probably 2
give or
hours,
take
so.
whatever it was. With all of that went on, we got 5 matches, and I know that sounds
Didn't
like
get 5
a lot.
matches, got 4.
Was it 4? So it was
Yeah.
Jay. So it was Roman solo, the women's title match. Yeah, 4 matches. 4 matches.
Yeah.
Jesus.
In 3 hours. And the promos, but don't get me wrong, I don't mind promos. I love promos. I love having a superstar come out first. I know it's sacrilege to some people, and I know
freaking hate you.
I'm probably going to get battered for saying it, but I like something that builds a story for me in the build up to it. So Raw coming out and starting that way, I used to hate an advert coming on, but I don't mind someone setting the tone because you know they're probably going to be in the main later on. It's a bit weird having The Rock say what he did, literally having Roman and Solo right behind him. He might as well have just stayed there, as far as I was concerned. Be the ref, whatever you want to do. But irrelevant of what all of that done, it was 4 matches within 3 hours. We pay 20 quid and get 6 banger matches, you know, in that time. And there's an interval. This thing
And
just
meet the wrestlers.
yeah, this thing for 4 matches, and it's not like each man had a half an hour match. That's what bugs me with it. I just feel like I'm in a new zone now. And will I watch it again? I feel like they will get more storyline focused as the weeks go on. This was very much a showcase. It's very much a showcase. There was good matches. No, I won't call any match a dud. I won't call any match a dud. And this is, key. But in the arc of the WWE, this was very much a standalone show. As you said, a beta PLE.
I've got a question. If I just go to the network and skip to the matches, not the network, Netflix and skip to the matches, can I do that, or do I have to watch the promos to get to the matches?
No. You can just watch the matches. But AJ, I think you're actually wrong there. All the matches were lengthy. That's one thing I think Triple H is trying to do. Is he's trying to adopt the NXT formula of doing things. Yeah, of what was takeovers, and now they have their own PLEs, isn't it? But yeah, they have lengthy matches and shorter duration.
Lengthy, but you think they were half hour rich?
Yeah, I think again it'll be interesting to time it, but I think all of them, because I've had people who talk about Raw to me and be like, oh, even the Jey Uso Drew one dragged, for them, and I think it's okay. I personally like to see matches like play out. My problem was with there being the promos being just a little bit too long. Yes, I love The Rock coming out. Yes, I love Cena coming out, but we can shorten that down just a bit, really, and we can get on like some of the younger stars. To go back to what you were saying, AJ, with the whole production issues. Yes, you're right. They had problems moving from person to person to person because they tried to include like half of the roster in the audience to sitting there watching. And for me, I thought that's disgraceful, isn't it? Yeah, they should not be sitting there watching. They should have been in the ring. You could have done a battle royale. You could have done a multi-man tag. Anything to showcase the new talent. Yeah, I understand why you did it, but I'm just saying, like, either have them in the ring or don't really show them at all. Like what they was doing, I just thought it was so silly. Am I supposed to believe in it? Yeah, the LA Knight just sat there next to Rey Mysterio all night and watched the show. I don't think I do.
I give you one thing as well, though. The parts I've seen looks beautiful.
It's good.
It looks
I'm not gonna hate on it. It's very
clean.
It was clean.
The set was beautiful.
I was happy with a lot of it. Yeah. Look, one of the things, you got The Rock coming out there and saying you got the gate record or what have you. And then I realized that they're talking about numbers. And I'm like, we're in a time where you guys are asking people to remortgage their house and their neighbor's house in order to attend WrestleMania. Obviously, this show was going to make money. But,
that cracked me up, man. I was just thinking and looking at it in disbelief when The Rock was like, you guys set an all-time gate attendance record. Yeah.
Do you know,
I was like, yeah, she said congratulations, isn't it? Yeah, I'm like,
thank you for giving me bread.
Congratulating us for paying more money.
Do you want to hear the jokes? I was going over my tickets. WrestleMania 25. I wasn't in the front row. I wasn't on the ground. I was just in the hundreds round.
Yeah.
Guess how much that ticket cost? £130. No, sorry, $130 because I bought it in dollars.
Not today.
The last, and
That's
then
not
it's
even
like
the nosebleed.
I was joking because me and we're talking about Nick and I went to 23. It was it 23? Went to 23? No, 33. Whatever one we were.
39.
No,
39.
no, 39. Yeah, 39. Bloody hell, I'm on the wrong numbers, right? And it was $750 or $760 for 2 nights. So that's like $360 each, $360 each night. Great seats. You saw where we were, and we went looking just for 40, and was like, yeah, the only way to get that. The good part is I knew people then, but still, forget that part. Just go with the buy a ticket. If the tickets, how much was that? How much do you think them tickets were at that venue? Because it's on Netflix, people are going to spend the money. I couldn't. Ringside, I got ringside at O2 for £65, and I was like, man, that's a lot of money. This is some
That
way
place is
little bit back, but £65
Where
was
we were,
ringside.
that time when we had that moment with Roman was £85. For a similar spot now, it's £180. The tickets have gone through the roof.
And they've smartened it up so you can't buy and sell anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you know,
going
like
with that. Going with
yeah.
that though, it was the bit. One of the clips I saw was The Rock putting the thing on Roman,
Yeah.
which kind of messed up my WrestleMania things because I'm like, The Rock has acknowledged him.
he's acknowledged Roman and he acknowledged Cody.
Let's talk
very
about
difficult.
that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I didn't like that. That derailed all of
Wrestle-
I know like that might have been a whole, shoot in it. Yeah, like The Rock coming out and just saying basically what he really feels about Cody and Roman and everything. But that derailed the storyline. That made him coming out at the end of Survivor Series, or was it SummerSlam? Whenever he came out, yeah, that made that completely pointless now. You come out and stirred them down. What, did you just come out to get a closer look? Because now
I
he's
did
just
like.
like he wants to say some of the most nicest things about Cody. Not once, but twice, in it. He's even the backstage segments of him hugging him and stuff, in it. Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, that derails your like whole thing that he was trying to do. He's acknowledged Roman. He put the Uma father on him. Yeah, gave him a hug and everything. And those two were like about to cry and everything. I'm like, yeah,
There
I
was one
get you
nice thing.
doing a bit of real, but. Man,
There was one nice thing. Watching I'm not Roman. Paul Heyman's face, the camera shot because angles and stuff like that. When he went to put it on, Paul Heyman went to slide in between, so he was in the shot in the background in the middle, and his face is like. So yeah, watching again, that part, I was like, it feels like they're cutting off a storyline because then now, are you going to think who's? Because it's good that we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Like we know this can be versus that, and like the match with CM Punk that also shut down WrestleMania. So it's like I'm kind of glad they did it, and I'm kind of weird because it's like for the real fans, we now live to the point like we love to act like we know everything that's happening. We no longer know.
All right, if you're talking about subverting expectations, fair enough. I feel one reason why this might have happened is because there's many rumors this year that the Rat cannot be at WrestleMania this year. His schedule doesn't permit it. And if that's true, then all right, I see what they've done, like closing off these storylines here. And like, unfortunately, that's the end of the final boss, man. That's the end of heel rock, innit? Yeah. Which is upsetting because I think that's one of the best
A lot.
iterations like he's had in years. So I'm upset to see that go. I'm upset like that the storylines where The Rock basically come out and was like, to Cody, he's coming back for you. It goes all the way from that to I love you, Cody, man. You carry the company, yeah. Like, oh,
I love you,
like,
Cody.
yeah, man. He's like channeling in a Jacob right there. But I see why he did it. I'm just saying, me personally, I didn't care for that because yes, like Triple H did say in the post interview, they're not hiding what they're doing. That's why they're using terms like shoot,
Heel, face, shoot, baby.
K-Family, and all that. They're using that. They use that in the opening promo. Yeah, that would have never happened on the Vince ever. Yeah,
It would have.
ever.
Vince already did that once. He did it when we went from the Hulk times to the thing.
Oh,
We're not
you're on
going to
about
treat you
that
like,
promo.
yeah.
That's cool. He did do. That's the first time
So
that he sort of
it's
peeled
slowly
back.
that happened, and then it's peeling back to the point of we just know. And plus, it's a different way when it comes to putting on entertainment compared to putting on sport. You're gonna have a different
Yeah,
license, and if you're going to the brain of sport, but under the rules, they want to be under sport because they can keep them as contracting stars instead of being individuals. But I want to stick to this show and just not go into the political part of it.
but
There's storyline like, for instance, Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Is that over? Did it end with a clean finish
well,
done?
I mean, like, we was gonna wait till AJ got back and go through it in order,
No, go.
but like again, I don't know what's happened to him. So anyway, all right, the main, yeah, I think again for me personally, that was the match of the night, and like it did have a definitive winner. CM Punk straight beat Seth Rollins, yeah, but at the same time, like CM Punk has said, did it, yeah, on the post show at the end of the match, he got like interviewed in the ring in it by Jackie Redmond, and like who looked lovely by the way. Yeah, he got interviewed by her,
What?
and she was like, he was like, oh, he don't think he would love to say it's the last of Seth, but he don't think it's gonna be in it. And to be honest, how long they dragged out the Drew and CM Punk feud, I don't think it's the last of Seth either. But yes, that did have a definitive winner. So if they wanted to,
Oh
they
wow.
could totally move past it.
And that as well.
This
So
was
I
the
think it's a
thing.
reset, I really feel like it's a reset. Like they're trying to reset it, but but carrying on stories. So they're trying to say storylines, but then resetting for a new generation of
There's a lot of
Netflixers.
validity to that. There's a
It
lot
was
of
the
validity.
opening of the Netflix era for sure. Like the amount of times they said it, it is a new era of wrestling. There are things that will be carried through. As you said, it's a soft reset. Oh, Batman versus Superman, where they acknowledge Man of Steel, but it's not a direct continuation. It's something like that. It wasn't flawed. It wasn't. I mean, look, it had errors, but it's not a flawed show. I don't think you're harming yourself by watching this show. Anyone who
Oh no.
comes out and says that the show is terrible is obviously a cynic, and I mean this in the purest form. You're a cynic, and you're looking for the faults in the company. And really, in that case, don't watch it. Honest to
Yeah.
God, don't watch it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad show.
And like
All
the
right.
beauty of Netflix being online, there's a little thing that I did miss live, but if you're watching it after the fact, it's called the fast forward button. Just get to the parts that you want to see. Yeah, simple as.
So going from that, as someone that don't really watch thing but got Netflix years ago, don't really use it. I've got it. Someone else is using it for some reason. I'm paying still. Don't know about that. My question is this: tomorrow I'm off from work and just got neck injury, so I'm going to be at home watching TV. Should WWE Raw be one of the things I watch?
I would say, like, just exactly as I said, parts of it. Do not watch the whole thing because a lot of it is promo intensive and a lot of it is people standing there in the ring being adored by the fans in it, yeah, for like five hours and stuff in it, where they can really just shorten that bit down in it. Look, I'm happy to see the Rock back, I'm happy to see Cena back, I'm happy to see Take a roll out, but to be honest, fast forward to to get to the juice.
Can I be
AJ, what you
honest?
say?
Can I be honest?
Go
You've
ahead.
seen multiple angles. Now watch it from the Netflix HD angle. Hogan got booed the crap out of, and I'm a Hulkamaniac saying that. Right?
All right. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on my phone. I'm gonna set a stopwatch, and just as I push play, I'm gonna push the stopwatch to go. And as I go to the show, I'm gonna hit forward and play and stuff like that. I would time how long I watch an episode of Raw. I haven't watched for years. I would time how long it took take me to watch an actual episode, and then come back to you and go, I completed the episode in 1 minute and 5 minutes, or I mean 1 hour 5 minutes, or I watched the entire show from start to end and let y'all know
Do you
how
know
much I
what I
skip
think
out.
is more intriguing? This is a show that I would say watch as a showcase. I am intrigued to see what next week's Raw brings. I know I won't be watching it live because chances of me having the next Monday or Tuesday off is very slim. I was quite, that I wasn't booking time off for Raw. I'll book it off for a pay-per-view, a PLE. I'm not going to do it for Raw, and I can't do that weekly anyway. However, I'm intrigued. I want to wake up next week, take a journey to work, and be like, this is interesting. That's what I'm waiting to see. I know there's going to be the chance of fast forwarding, but I want to see when a promo actually means something. I want to see what Bron Breakker has to say between the ropes, as well as his match. I want to see what these guys have to do to now further the story. This was a showcase show. There was no doubt on that. But it wasn't a bad show. Was it my favorite Raw? Gosh, no. But it wasn't a bad show. When you have the thing is, sometimes as wrestling fans, we need to take ourselves away from being wrestling fans. I would even say, as a wrestling fan who doesn't watch wrestling, take yourself away. Don't go into this expecting to see, like when they showed the history of Raw, and I'm seeing days of like the Big Show pulling down the Titantron and all of those days that made us the fans that we are today. It's not that. This is very much for you. You have to go into this show knowing they're not appealing to us on this one. They are trying to show the world. Not even. Do you know the funny thing about saying the kids? Because I looked at this a bit when this show went out. I think there were more kids in the crowd in the Attitude Era than there was at that show last night. That I just did not see any kids in the crowd.
I'm going to say no with that. It started out. There was a lot of kids in the what's it called era. The one before that, the cartoon whatever era.
New Generation.
New Generation, and the early Attitude Era. There was kids. They disappeared and it became crazy adults painted on their chests. NWO DX
316
316. So but now the problem is you grew up with something, and like go back to another form of entertainment, Star Wars. You got different generations that like there's 3 different trilogies, and you got different generation like in 3 different trilogies. You got my nephew, which prefers episode 1, 2, and 3. You got me, 4, 5, and 6. You're gonna get the new people that's young that watch 7, 8, and 9. That's their version, and you can't argue. People say that's the best. You have to stick with it because it's subjective. Just like Raw. It's going to be a case of I will watch it. We will watch it because for me, the part that makes me don't watch it as much is, as you said earlier, I'm used to the indie shows, and going from an indie show to watching a WWE show or an AEW or something like that, I'm not a fan of that. This is on Netflix. I should be able to watch it.
You're a very silly person if you look at something and just because you don't like it, you think, oh, everyone else is bad. Yeah, everyone else just don't know what they're doing. Everyone else in it, is wrong. No, it's subjective. You have your opinions, I have mine in it, Some people will love this Raw and think it was the best one ever. Some will think it was absolutely rubbish. Fair dues and everything. I personally, where I stand on it, I agree with a lot of points. This was not like a Raw for the regular viewers. This was to bring in new people. I don't think it was necessarily young people. It was just to bring in new people by showing the biggest stars they have of all time, by blowing off some of the biggest matches that they had been lining up. So I do think there was something in there for people who do watch regular, because again, this was the big payoff in it. Like now
it was mania worthy when you look at some of the matches.
It is like now we're wondering what's going to happen with some of the payoffs now, because all right, Roman Reigns is the only tribal chief now. Yeah, so what they're going to do there with the new bloodline? Rhea Ripley is the new champion. She's vanquished Liv. What they're going to do there? They're going to keep it going. And had a little funny part as well with Dominic in it, trying to get back with Liv. And let's just play, Dominic might not be able to have any children after that. All right, you got Drew, like Jay. Obviously, I think there's like some, hopefully going to be a little stable that forms in it between Drew, Steph, and KO. I'm hoping that's what happens, but we'll see. And then, of course, CM Punk and Seth, where do we go from here? That was a WrestleMania main event. They paid it off on Raw. So that actually opens up WrestleMania 41. If The Rock can't be there, and now they've done a thing where basically they've set the slate clean from what we expected was going to happen. Anything can happen. Let's not forget that a little man by the name John Cena came back and declared himself as the first entrance on the Royal Rumble. So again, are we going to do a thing where we try and go for number 17?
No. Talking about that stable thing, WWE love to do stables at 4 people. Who would be the 4th, you think, if there's to be a 4?
No, man. Who fits that bill?
The hater, I hate you, the hater bill. That's what it is. The hater team.
I might like stick Braun Breaker in there to give him the little rub.
The rub. Cool. Sorry, we do this a lot.
Just letting you know. Would be quite hilarious. I mean, people would literally call it hell freezing over.
Punk becoming the leader.
Punk. Yeah. Punk. And
because he's a rebellion.
Thought these guys hated me? No. They hate everything that this company has been built upon. You think I'm going to be your company, man, because of this manufactured tribal chief? Like, you can just see.
It would be the swerve of the century, but it would make no sense.
You know what happened? You bring your 3 guys. We got our 3 guys. Oh, my God. Go get him, Punk. Go get him. He's back in my engine. Go get him, Punk. What are you doing? That son of a beat.
Should he drop the leg as well?
You know what? Yes, and let him come out in the yellow trunks with the red banner with the stars on it. So like he's got that trunks already.
What, if we're real, if you really want to make this the team of official haters, Bret Hart.
No, but people that can go. People that can go right now. But that would be. That's a good question to think about. I want to hear in the comments actually who would be the 4th guy, who would be the fourth person. Let's say that because they could nowadays it's different.
Yeah, it can be.
The 4th person.
It could be anyone.
Oh, wait, whoa! I do have ideas who it could be. Someone from AEW's coming back.
I was gonna say, are you saying Dustin?
Yeah,
Dustin. I was gonna keep quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, like you mentioned this on the last show, but again, I'm not sure when Dustin's coming back, if that's anytime soon. You realize he's still the Ring of Honor, tag team champion, isn't it?
Listen, I'm sure.
He hasn't resigned, I think. All right, you know what? Forget them. William Regal. Regal come to create their own comeback club.
Blackpool, yeah.
But no, I'll try to cut it short. Their own comeback club. They need someone to guide them. They're hating, but they're hating without control. They need someone you would think it would be Paul Heyman, but no, let it be William. Anyway, that's the type of thing my brain goes through. Why the questions I always ask, and why me and Big Tony and AJ we will have this conversation after dark.
As the cameras keep rolling. But yes, guys, what was your thoughts on the entry into the Netflix era? Was it a thumbs up? Was it a thumbs down? And guess what? It's on Netflix, so you could actually put it on your recommendations. That is that one. But yeah, we want to know, what did you expect? What didn't you like? Did you agree? Did Hogan deserve the booze? Let us know, brother. We're listening. But more than anything, guys, do comment below, ring your notification bells, and just check it. Ministry of Wrestling on all the socials that you see there, and MOW News on Twitter, now known as X. But yeah, until the next time, I'm the one, AJ Anthony Jordan.
I'm Dan the Tech, the wrestling fan that didn't watch Raw.
Well, Raw got a big thumbs up from me, despite having a few TV issues. But I say go check it out. Big Tone, out the zone.
We out, guys. See ya.